Helen Gibbons spends most of her time living in Spain as a business and financial writer. Helen, thank you so much for joining us. How good has the European Union been to you?
Thank you. Pleasure to be with you. The European Union has been a fantastic source of freedom for businesses and for individuals looking to expand beyond their existing horizons. I pretty much grew up with the European Union as it developed, as it expanded, and we gained new rights and new freedoms. For example, the freedom of establishment, our ability to start a business in any member state of the European Union. That has enabled lots of small businesses to expand and test new markets where they might not previously have gone. That right, as of the end of this year, will disappear. So in my case, I have been in the past based in the UK, and yet all my customers have been in the Eurozone. So I have been able to trade very easily across the borders without worrying about paperwork and having exactly the same rights as other businesses established in the countries in which I traded. Now, after the transition period, which ends at the end of this year, we are not sure on what basis we will be able to trade. The government has set out an ambition to have what it calls a Canadian-style trade deal with the European Union, which is probably fine for large companies. It's very bad, I think, for small SMEs focused particularly on services, because there's very little provision in that type of trade agreement for services. So it is unlikely we'll be able to compete on the same basis as we do at the moment.
Okay, so you're talking about business. Let's continue with that theme, but I want to get your personal opinion as well, how you feel as a British citizen living in the EU. But to concentrate on business for the moment, as you say, a business can be small, medium, large, it can be absolutely huge. A couple of weeks ago, the UK's Finance Minister, Chancellor of the Exchequer, Sajid Javid, said that the UK after Brexit would not be realigning across the board when it comes to business with the European Union. Some businesses have said if there isn't that standard of practice across the EU and into the UK, that's going to mean the end of their businesses. What about this lack of realignment that Sajid Javid is talking about? How worried are you about that?
Yes, and that is the main worry. At the moment, there is no friction, as they say. There is going to be more friction at the border for importing goods, for example. We will be outside the customs union. We will be outside the single European market. That means minimal alignment with for goods and no alignment whatsoever for services. On that basis, we become probably quite unattractive for European businesses looking to place orders with us, and it makes it particularly difficult for us to sell into their markets. I'm in Northern Ireland at the moment, and the notion of friction at the border is a very relevant one, because in order to get his deal accepted, Boris Johnson had to agree that in the case of Northern Ireland, and today I'm in the city of Derry in Northern Ireland talking to businesses, there would be alignment with the EU. So one part of the European Union will stay aligned with the EU. That means there will be a border down the Irish Sea, therefore there will be friction in trade between Great Britain and Northern Ireland. And nobody here knows how to prepare for that scenario.
Okay, Helen, give us just a personal assessment in about 45 seconds, if you can, how you feel about not being a member of the European Union anymore, just as an individual rather than a business person.
Of course. It's a very, very sad day, undoubtedly. It has been an exciting time of increasing proximity to other countries culturally. Travel has got easier. There is no paperwork. It has been a joy. And I do feel very sad that generations coming after me, for example, I've had 30, 40 years of being able to enjoy this freedom. New generations, I fear, won't have that freedom, and that does make me profoundly sad.
Helen, thank you so much for being with us on this special programme as we mark the day that the United Kingdom leaves the European Union. That's Helen Gibbons, a businesswoman who spends most of her time in Spain, talking to us from Northern Ireland. Well, that's it from